An Irish journalist, Matt Cooper, visited North Korea and said it was the scariest place he has ever been. Have you ever wondered what truly goes on under the oppressive regime of North Korea? The North Korean government controls nearly every moment of its citizens' lives, dictating everything from what they wear to what they watch on TV. Behind its tightly suffocating, sealed borders lies a world of isolation and trauma. The state strips away fundamental rights from its citizens and imposes strange totalitarian rules on them. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are many strange occurrences happening in the country in secrecy, of which the world remains completely unaware. Watch this video until the end to discover the 10 most shocking things about North Korea that exists nowhere else on Earth, including the facts that no one is going to tell you about. Disloyalty to the leader can mean the death penalty. Falling asleep during a meeting with Kim Jong-un is considered disloyalty to the leader and may even result in the death penalty. According to reports in 2015, senior North Korean Defense Minister Hyun Yong-chol was gunned down by anti-aircraft fire in front of 100 people for behavior such as falling asleep, and Kim Jong-un presents the death of Kim Yeon-jin. A vice premier for education stands as another example. His audacity to either fall asleep or have such bad posture that others thought he did. During a meeting run by North Korean leader Kim Jong-un earned him the displeasure of an interrogation by government officials. It was after that meeting that he was labeled an anti-party, anti-revolutionary agitator and sentenced to death. Pictures of past dictators in every house displaying a portrait of Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-un, and Kim Jong-il in every house is mandatory in North Korea without exception, and no one can refuse it. In kindergarten, little children have to thank the dictator by bowing down to the portraits. Even during natural disasters, you need to protect the dictator's photo before your own life. In 2023, as the country braced for heavy rain and strong winds caused by Storm Kanun, citizens were told to do everything possible to protect portraits of the Kim dynasty. It is forbidden to have even just one speck of dust on the portraits because inspectors come to inspect the status of the portraits in each and every home 2 to 3 times a month. And there might be a surprise visit without any prior notice as well. Keeping the pictures dusty and dirty means that you disrespect them, and we have already discussed what disrespecting them brings to your plate, which we can't even imagine. Restrictions on the hairstyle. Would you believe me if I told you that in North Korea, there are even restrictions on the kind of hairstyle you can choose? All men and women are limited to one of 28 government-approved haircuts, 18 for women and 10 for men, while other hairstyles are prohibited. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un introduced this law in 2013 and excluded his own hairstyle from the list to maintain its uniqueness, forbidding anyone from daring to copy it. Men are prohibited from growing their hair less than 2 inches, while older men can get away with up to 7 centimeters, 3 inches. Unmarried women are supposedly encouraged to keep their hair longer and braided, while married women are allowed to go a bit shorter. Traffic ladies in North Korea, traffic control isn't just about stoplights and signs. Instead, it's led by the famous traffic ladies who are the face of Pyongyang. These women dressed in smart uniforms and stylish hats aren't your typical traffic officers. There are many requirements for the highly prestigious position of the North Korean traffic lady. The women are mostly single, attractive, tall, and usually start their career after leaving school at 17. However, their job involves more than just standing straight there. Perfectly choreographed traffic dances require high levels of concentration and discipline. As well as rigorous training, traffic officers receive better pay and privileges than the average citizen in North Korea. It's reported that the government provides them with 300 grams more food per day than the average citizen's 500 grams, along with free housing and health care. The sad reality is that women are entirely prohibited from driving even if they work as traffic officers, ban on leaving the country. In North Korea, strict restrictions are imposed on leaving the country, with the government tightly controlling travel both within and outside its borders. Citizens generally require official permission to leave, which is difficult to obtain and typically granted only under specific circumstances, such as for government-approved travel or work assignments abroad. Even when granted permission, individuals are often accompanied by minders and closely monitored. Attempting to leave the country without permission or defecting to another country is considered a serious offense in North Korea and can lead to severe consequences for the individual and their family members left behind. Defectors who have managed to escape describe the brutal and traumatic conditions they experienced, including indoctrination by officials. What's even more chilling is that most North Koreans likely aren't aware of the extent of the restrictions they live under, as they lack access to outside information. Control on citizens' smile. This dictator-led country controls every moment of its citizens' lives, including their smiles. Believe it or not, it's against the law for North Koreans to smile on July 8, the anniversary of Kim's second son's death. Breaking this law could result in citizens being sent to concentration camps or even facing execution. The same strict rules apply to being loud drinking or having a birthday party. So whatever you do, Don't smile on July 8. Current leader Kim Jong-un also initiated an 11-day mourning period for his late father Kim Jong-il on the 10th anniversary of his death. During this time, North Koreans were banned from laughing, drinking, shopping, or engaging in other leisure activities. Not only is smiling restricted, but there are various other things banned in North Korea, such as wearing jeans, making international calls, watching foreign TV shows, and the production of drugs. The list goes on. Banon Bible in North Korea. The Bible is considered a symbol of Western culture and is therefore prohibited because it is seen as potentially transformative. In 2014, Jeffrey Fowle, an American citizen on a tour of North Korea, was arrested and imprisoned for 5 months because he left a Bible in the bathroom of a restaurant at the Chongjin Sailors Club. North Korean defectors have reported that engaging in any unauthorized religious activities such as praying, reading the Bible, or having contact with a missionary can lead to punishment, including detention in a prison camp. Christians in North Korea must practice their faith in secret. They cannot gather for worship or share their faith with others. If they are caught with a Bible, singing a hymn, or praying, they can face up to 15 years in a labor camp. Power cut every night. If you have seen the trauma crash landing on you, you may be familiar with the fact that North Korea goes pitch black at night. The country has indeed made rapid progress in its weapons program under leader Kim Jong-un. However, nearly 70 years after its founding, North Korea suffers from perennial energy shortages, resulting in frequent power cuts every night. Additionally, certain appliances like microwaves are restricted or prohibited. The lack of reliable electricity not only affects daily life, but also hampers economic development and technological advancement. Through gender-generation punishment. In North Korea, the concept of three-generation punishment is as terrifying as it sounds. It's a system where not only the individual who commits a crime, but also their children, parents, and even grandparents would face punishment. This brutal tactic is used to instill fear, suppress, and maintain control of the population. What's even more shocking is that children born in prison are raised as prisoners because their blood is guilty, stripped of their freedom, and denied even the most basic rights. They grow up behind bars, deprived of a normal childhood, and subjected to the same harsh conditions as their parents and grandparents. The cycle of punishment by the three-generation rule leaves a deep scar on North Korean society and ban on photography. In North Korea, taking pictures is near to solving a maze of rules and restrictions, as citizens are constantly under surveillance. The government tightly controls photography to maintain its image and prevent any information from leaking out. Visitors require permission from their tour guides for every photo they take. Certain places, such as military zones or government buildings, are completely off limits for photography. Even subjects like poverty or anything that could portray North Korea negatively are strictly prohibited. Editing or sharing photos without permission can result in serious consequences. North Korea only allows images that depict it in a positive light. It's like playing a game. Adhere to the rules or risk losing your camera or memory card, as every photo you take is scrutinized before you leave. I bet these rules must have left you completely shaken. What's even crazier is that with only one party as an option, citizens are forced to vote and elections do take place in this country. Yes, you heard me right. It's weird how the things we do in our daily lives are far beyond the imagination of North Korea, said dozens. What are your views on it? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you're not left behind on even more interesting facts and videos that await you ahead.